Those are new. Those are new. Let go. Let go. Ew. Slobbery little beast. Slobbery little beast. Ew, it's wet. Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. I like to post about books and music, mostly Taylor Swift. My cat will not stop being clingy, so we're just gonna have to deal with her not leaving me alone. Yes. Today is my next installment of my Lana Del Rey discography series where I react to all of her albums. I'll have a playlist down below if you'd like to watch the videos I have so far in this series. Stop licking me, please, dear God. So today I will be reacting to the Paradise EP, I think it is. It's only 8 tracks on the standard edition, but I will be reacting to whatever bonus tracks there seem to be. There's some Blue Velvet remixes. There's a short film. Wait, should I react to that? Maybe I will, because it is a pretty short album anyways. I don't think I have much more to say. I'm gonna be looking a little rough in the videos that I will be posting for probably the rest of the summer because I'm just really busy and it takes a long time to do makeup and I like barely have time to film. So I will have timestamps down below if you are interested in skipping around. Stop chewing on cords. And quick disclaimer, I will be listening to these through my headphones so I do not get blocked for copyrights. Okay, let's get into it. I'm frazzled, but I'm doing well. I had some— stop chewing. Stop. Stop. I had some time to sleep the last 2 days. She just jumped on the floor. Maybe we'll be left alone now. I have a feeling this is an extension of the Born to Die era because it came out literal months after Born to Die came out. So I'm listening to this monologue in the beginning of the music video. She just sounds like such an enigma. Like, I can't figure out, is this real? Is this like first person narration, or is this like some kind of character? Because I feel like she's changed a lot. Well, you do change over time. Maybe this is who she was when she was, what, 24, 25? It's just so interesting. It's like, how is this even real? These men in this music video are so old. I understand that's what she was going for, especially considering that was like very different for this time. But oh my god, it's weird to watch. These drums, I love them. Everything about this is just so 2012 distinct on one hand. The outfits and that Native American headdress that she's wearing and this patriotism that I just don't think you're going to find today. It's so millennial, and it's weird like being— well, I'm like elder Gen Z, so I have a nostalgia for this too, like back when I was like just becoming a teenager. But at the same time, it's got this like classic vibe to it. I feel like it was nostalgic even when it was released. Amazing opening track. Okay, so literally just with this title, more America, patriotism. It's interesting because at that time we were very obsessed with like British things. I remember everyone was wearing like British flag, Converse, and things like that. But then some of these artists like Lana did such a patriotic American thing, or Fall Out Boy with their 2015 release, American Beauty, American Psycho. Now we're all crickets. I haven't listened to this one in so long. It's got that very Born to Die feel in the chorus. The drums and the violins, I think, are what is so distinct. The piano. I don't think we heard like any piano on Ride. This song is mostly like vibes and visuals and imagery. I don't think there's a whole lot of lyrical poetic analysis I can do. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of symbolism and she's just painting this huge picture for us. I like that so far there have been no Lolita references because I know that was heavy on Born to Die and it was questionable potentially. I analyzed that way more in the Born to Die reaction, but it's an interesting vibey continuation. It was calming. Oh, if I remember correctly, this one's Dirty. I do like how the titles are so American. Cola, like Coca-Cola, is such an old American piece of culture. Also, the entire vibe of this song is giving like hipster from 2012. Just the embodiment of a hipster, I feel like. It's so Tumblr. Well, Tumblr wasn't huge then. I feel like Lana made it huge. It feels almost like it was written for that Tumblr aesthetic, but I think it's the other way around. Tumblr was kind of modeled after her. It's so weird how those two are so intertwined now at this point. Back to Cola. Ooh, the strings. We've got a cello. I'm here for it. So she's objectifying herself in a way, like with these food items and how they are her. I'm not going to elaborate. You probably know. But like comparing herself to a cherry pie as well is so American. Well, American would be more like apple pie, I guess. I got a taste for men who are older. Oh my god. Whoa, a Beatles reference? I don't think I caught that back in 2013. Also, all these mentions of floor Florida that I'm remembering that she did back then. I mean, on one hand, I never realized it was kind of like she's going to Florida. That's where all the old men are. That's where you retire. But now it's like, oh, that place is such a nightmare, and the perception of it is a lot different 10 years on. I'm so nostalgic. It feels like the themes of Born to Die were largely some kind of spin-off on Lolita, which in itself is kind of a patriotic thing, like this classic American literature. But then on the Paradise EP, Born to Die edition, extended, whatever, it's like taking those American pieces and just like really concentrating them. Like forget Lolita, it's just all classic American and focusing only on that. I don't think I liked this one too much back in the day. I haven't listened to it in so long. It's so tense. It feels like an action movie. I remember this opening, another iconic opening. Very American again. Pale Moonlight. I love when she says pale moonlight. It's such a Lana thing to me. I think some of this is going over my head, especially as I'm not familiar with Walt Whitman. I feel like this is very poetic. I'm confused by what I Sing the Body Electric means. At first I thought Body Electric was like some kind of older song, like maybe by Elvis or something. She references Marilyn again with diamonds are my bestest friend, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Then she has this really interesting thing going on in the second verse. Like she has this recurring pattern of like, this is my daddy, this is my mother, best friend, baby, father, whatever. Heaven is my baby, it's her father. So it's like this familial metaphor for the final goal being heaven and like the solution to getting there being, which is interesting because I believe religiously, like in Christianity, which I think is what she's referencing here with like Jesus and everything, don't they believe that you will not go to heaven if you commit? So there's some contradicting statements happening. Opulence is the end. Oh, so maybe she means like a metaphorical heaven? Like achieving wealth is heaven to her. But how are you going to bask in your wealth if you're dead by suicide? Maybe is also a metaphor, like sacrificing yourself for this fame and this wealth, like doing whatever it takes to accumulate it. There's like layers here. It's giving me Dark Paradise. My clothes still smell like you and all the photographs say you're still young. She's in pain. I think it's that same kind of storyline I was seeing a little bit in Born to Die of this like dead boyfriend. There's stuff I'm probably missing, but it's very interesting, especially lyrically. I thought this was an Elvis song. Is this a cover? This is such a lullaby. Her voice is so comforting. She's gonna put me to sleep. Warmer than May, her tender sighs. The song itself is so warm. The plucked violins, it's so soothing. But it also has that distinct Born to Die sound. There's an instrument, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like electronically edited. Oh shit. So it's about this person leaving. When she left, gone was the glow of blue velvet, but in my heart there'll always be precious and warm a memory. There's warm again through the years, and I still can see blue velvet through my tears. This is a great thing to follow up Body Electric with, because that one was like hinting at this grief, and now she's kind of elaborating more on it. Even though this is a cover, it just fits within the storyline. More sad shit. I'm so tired. I just want to stay down here. Is that unprofessional? I'm exhausted. Especially once I get listening to something like this, it's just so soothing. I'm done, you know? Like, I'm mentally still here, but physically, that's questionable. Gods and Monsters also feels so American. Ooh, that piano. Like how much of our background as a country is religious, but then how many awful people we sprout up who like use religion to their advantage and to justify their behavior somehow. These drums are iconic. I don't think we had drums like this yet. It's so rocky. The rest of the accompaniment is this orchestral pop still. The line, if I get a little prettier, can I be your baby? You tell me life isn't that hard, was like all over Tumblr. That was like the line from this song. Oh shit, is this a Lolita reference? God, I thought we were past that. Motel Sprees, Innocence Lost, Innocence Lost. It references the crazy, I'm pointing to my copy of Lolita right here. Dolores, her stepfather takes advantage of her in a motel room. The whole road trip, crazy hotel jumping spree they go on. Did Lana read the book? I want to give her the benefit of the doubt with some of these references, because it seems like she's platforming the narrator's perspective more than Dolores's, especially because she refers to the girl as Lolita, and he's the only character who does that because her name is Dolores. It's me grappling with that again and hoping to God that she's just writing it from his perspective, but she's doing that a lot if that's what's happening. So we've got like that Lolita reference Jim Morrison and how he died, stuff about beauty standards, the American dream and faking it till you make it, just a lot of themes. This is one of the strongest melodies that I've heard so far. I feel like I didn't like this one a long time ago. Yeah, I don't remember this one. This has such interesting vocals. Yeah, I really like this. It's different, definitely, the vocals especially, but I find this a lot better than 14-year-old me found this. The drums are also so retro. They're using that thing I don't know what it's called, but you like put it on a snare drum and like sweep it around. Just a brush, maybe? A drum brush. Yeah. The bridge is so cool. It's like spoken, which contrasts with all this like intense head voice she's using everywhere else. I guess yayo means cocaine. I've never heard that. Has she ever sung about Nevada before? Like Las Vegas? A lot of California and Florida. The end of the chorus, the "Let Me Put On a Show For You," reminds me of Put Me in a Movie, I think it was called, off the very first album. This was my absolute favorite song from this EP. I think mostly because of the instrumental. It's just so pretty. It's a dream. The violins, the piano, all of it. It's so whimsical. I feel like the line, "Didn't anyone ever tell you it's okay to shine," is so underrated. The kids cheering in the beginning and in the end is haunting, and I don't know how to feel about that. My cat is back for more shenanigans. Okay, so that's the end of the standard edition. I mean, those are some amazing additions to this Born to Die album. I'm glad she hung around in this era a little longer because I still think Born to Die is the best album out of the ones I've listened to, which have only been Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard, Lizzy Grant, and Born to Die. And like this one, if you're counting this one. I view this as an extension of Born to Die though. Now for the bonus content. Never heard this one. This is so different from anything else on this album. It feels way more modern, but the themes are very similar. Driving fast, winded my hair. You ask me where I've been everywhere. This like nomadic vibe still. Hollywood and Vine, California stuff. Santa Monica. There's a weird background vocal that's just like breathing and it's suggestive. It stands out a lot to the point where I understand why it's a bonus track. Now we have a short film called Tropico. I didn't even know this existed. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so it's religious. She looks like she's getting married. What is going on? There's like all these different characters, some nutso cowboy, and then there's like a Marilyn Monroe impersonator. Sex is a part of life, she said. Elvis! Is that Jesus? Okay, so Gods and Monsters. It looks like a very American montage. Also, remember when it was the trend to have the Vivo music videos, like that little tiny slit in the frame? Like it was so narrow. Why? Taylor Swift's I Knew You Were Trouble was also this way. I'm so glad that ended because that was weird. Body Electric. That's what it was. Oh, it's like Adam and Eve. And there's a unicorn. Yep, she's got the snake. It's very Adam and Eve. The visuals when she bites the apple, that is so cool. But it's like a metaphor for fame, isn't it? Elvis called her crazy. Okay, so it was all Adam's hallucination. So he's a gas station clerk and Lana's a stripper. Why have I never seen this? She's drinking a 2-liter of cola. She's giving us like a poetic anatomy lesson while these strippers are shaking their asses. God, the like skull makeup on them, the outfits, the makeup, everything is so 2012. It reminds me of the movie Spring Breakers. Oh no, not this businessman scene. The spoken word monologue parts are such a fever dream. It feels almost like run-on statements. It's like a picture. I don't know how to explain it. This is so Spring Breakers. Oh my god. So now they've got this gang of guys coming in, crashing this businessman stripper party, and flashes of Jesus, like praying. There's a clock ticking in the background. It's getting faster. It's freaking me out. Is she imitating the Virgin Mary? A lot of the religious stuff is just going over my head. It's interesting. This male love interest is young. Yeah, it's not an old man this time. What, did you prefer the old men, princess? Don't get all weird on me now. He's driving her through the desert and she's throwing pearl necklaces out of the car. Godly patriotism. Monologue from that cowboy? I'm not sure. I assume Ride is coming next. Or American? Bel Air! Yes! I got excited. I love this one. They're in like a wheat field. It's so whimsical again. This is a fantasy. This is also not real. It's glitching too much for me to get too comfortable. Oh, that was the end. Do I know what just happened? Maybe not completely. I'm literally looking at the comments so I can get some kind of interpretation. Okay, Adam and Eve, I got that part. Eating the forbidden fruit, yep. So to me, I thought he was waking up from this daydream and realizing like he's not in some kind of fantasy land he's really just a gas station worker. But this person is interpreting it as they reincarnated as a stripper and as a gas station worker slash thief. Then they repent and they have this afterlife in peace, and that was Bel Air. To me, it seemed like Bel Air was also a fantasy, and I thought there was going to be more after that, but it was just the end credits that was taking up so much time. I guess that makes a little more sense. Yeah, a lot of religious references. It's very artistic and I think open for interpretations. So it's Catholic references specifically. Okay. I was baptized under Orthodox, but I was never really taken to church because we don't have a Ukrainian Orthodox church here in Tulsa. The same Tulsa from Tulsa Jesus Freak, funnily enough. Except I was not given the opportunity to also become one because there is no Orthodox church. Okay, now just a couple of Blue Velvet remixes. Last time the video games remixes really just, I hated, so maybe these will be better. I don't know. I don't have high hopes. Okay, very different, but not bad. Not enough vocals. It's pretty much just an instrumental. I think it sounds fine. I think it would be interesting and pretty good if it had some actual vocals with it, but it's literally just Lana saying Blue Velvet, Blue Velvet, Blue Velvet. There's not really any verses or anything. Okay, strong ass drum beat. How are we almost 2 minutes in and she still hasn't started singing yet? This shit is so weird. Some of these remixes don't make any sense. Why make them available as a bonus track? On, what was it, the Target edition? That's cheating. Taylor Swift's Target edition bonus tracks are always just... like, what is this? I'm gonna put it on 2 times speed. It's literally just Lana going, she. Like, use some of the vocals. This isn't even Blue Velvet anymore. Oh, finally we're getting something. Put it back on normal speed. We're about 5 minutes in. Oh, they completely fucked up her voice. Okay. Instead of she wore blue velvet, they changed it to she wore blue velvet. At least there's some variation, I guess. She sounds like a robot. It's unfortunate because it's a pretty good cover. Why destroy the melody? The melody's so good. They really said no more melody for you, Lana. Snatch that shit. Okay, I'm putting it back on 2 times speed because this is like painful. Okay, now at about the 8-minute mark, they're doing this shit, like splice up of the word she. Is that really the best they've got? Like, even the anti-hero remixes I thought were pretty interesting. Oh, now they're cutting up the word blue. Blue, 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 blue. I especially liked the Millennium remix, even though I had a little bit of beef with that one as far as the arrangement goes. It reminded me of the 1989 era a little bit. There were some fun ones that came out of that. Or like the acoustic version of Lavender Haze. Lana needs to get better remix collaborators. Or even Elvira. Elvira has done some really interesting stuff with Taylor's songs. Okay, now it's starting to fade out, thank God. It's like a minute-long fade-out at the end. The end. They didn't even play Blue Velvet. They had Lana sing she, blue. Oh my God, the random at the very end. Why? I don't know why I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm disappointed, but not too surprised. I was hopeful that there would be some good remixes attached to this one. I thought maybe she'd learned after those video game monstrosities tacked onto the end of Born to Die, but I guess not. Okay, final thoughts. I need to rewatch the Tropico short film. I would love to hear any interpretations of it down below because I'm a little confused. I think I kind of understand what's going on, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe there's some things I'm missing because people are hyping it up like crazy and it seems like it's a pretty easy to understand music video unless there's something I'm missing. Music video, short film, whatever. Favorite songs, Bel Air is my #1. That one just stands out so much. I do have a newfound appreciation for Yayo and Body Electric. I mean, I'll probably be listening to this more now. It was always something I didn't appreciate as much as the full Born to Die album, other than The Lucky Ones, I think it was called. That was one off of that album that I'd never listened to before. Yeah, really interesting continuation of that Born to Die theme. We only got one hesitant Lolita reference, which I can appreciate. Just one, sort of. I'm glad she focused more on the patriotism and religious aspects because I think that's pretty interesting, especially because I'm pretty sure she grew up with a pretty religious upbringing, so she has some interesting things to add to that conversation. Stuff that's like kind of going over my head because I've been in a church like 5 times in my life. Another strong one, but I still think the original Born to Die is better. I would love to hear all of your thoughts on this album / EP down in the comments. What is your favorite song off of this album? And if you want to, make sure you are notified the next time I post a Lana Del Rey reaction. Make sure to subscribe and also turn the bell icon on so you get notified every time I make a new video. If you want to follow me on my Instagram, it is right here. And if you want to follow me on my TikTok, that is right here. I will see you all next week and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye guys.